we have gone through a lot of different stages of a transaction. Next, we are through the contingencies, and that's due diligence. If it's a cash deal, then the only other one was those resale packages if you live in a common interest community or HOA community. And if there is a finance transaction, we add the layer of an appraisal onto this and then the loan contingency. We're through those. Yay! We're getting scheduled to close. So if it's a cash deal, then the buyers are wiring money to escrow. If it's a finance deal, then we have to get loan docs from the lender and they have to get to title. And there are certain steps that have to occur in order for title to even be willing to schedule everybody. Because if we think, oh, we're ready to go, title has learned through their experience that they really will not schedule until loan docs have arrived, and I understand. So if you are the seller, you have to sign a deed. And that means, for the most part, no electronic signatures. They need a wet ink signature on a deed. So you can either go to the title company, or if you're traveling or out of state, like a lot of my clients, we can send a mobile notary to you for like a very nominal charge. I think it's like $150. They can come to you anywhere. And if you say, I want to use my own notary in my office, we discourage it because there is a timeline to getting things done, and the notaries the title companies used are completely vetted in their documents. Now, if you're a real estate attorney and there you go, and you know these documents really well, and you're on the phone with title, and the notary's there too, and they're just saying, please be sure to do these things, maybe they'll let you do it. But otherwise, it's not just any notary that's coming out. It's a notary that just handles real estate transactions multiple times a day. They never miss a signature. They know how to explain the documents, and they will get them FedExed back to title so that we can record on a timely basis, because we are on a timeline. Well, that's it. I'm only talking to sellers. I say some buyers, cash buyers, can sign electronically. If you are international, I mean, I had a client that was nervous this week on the closing. Alexis, is this going to happen? And every indication was, yes, it's going to happen. I actually didn't understand why they were so nervous. I mean, I was talking through with them, but it's just a reminder to me that people don't do this every single day. So when I'm telling them the facts, I know what it means because I have context. For them, they don't have a lot of context. And so again, type A client, and was a little nervous. So I said to him, all the facts say we're closing, we're signing. In worst case scenario, it gets moved one day, but that's not where we are. My most eventful signing was I represented the buyer. The sellers were in Pakistan when the borders and the embassy were closing. And they still, even though they had to sign this deed, we managed to get them to sign. So wherever you are, we can get it done. Once you sign, then as the seller, you will provide your wire information at that time at the title company. I can't emphasize this enough. Wire fraud is so real. They target escrow companies, they target law firms, they target people that are constantly moving money. And the title company will talk to you in person at the signing about how you want your money sent. If you want a hard copy check or if you want it wired. The wiring instructions will not change in that instance. And I'm talking to sellers. Buyers have to send money multiple times and the instructions can change. And there's a horror story about somebody just using previous wire instructions and they lost all of their money. There's like no recourse. Anyway, but as a seller, they're going to talk to you at closing when you're signing, or say the mobile notary came to you as well. You Google your escrow title company and you pull the phone number off the internet. You don't pull it out of a text and you don't pull it out of an email. You pull it out of Google. You call them and you verify instructions. Verify them multiple times, and they're never going to change them via text or email. And now with AI and voice, honestly, I spent a great deal of time in technology companies. If somebody called and it sounded like the person who I just talked to, and they even reference that conversation, and they say they made some kind of mistake and they want to make sure they gave you the right number, I would hang up, Google the phone number, and call them again. It's just the reality of where we live. So, or get a check. get a check. Bank will hold it for a few days. You can get a hard copy check and pick it up. So, in Nevada, which is different than other jurisdictions, transfer of possession occurs upon close of escrow, not when the seller receives the buyer's funds. And I know in other jurisdictions it is different. If you are uncomfortable with that, then we can add, way back in the videos, like 25 minutes ago, we can add that a transfer of possession will only occur upon close of escrow and seller's receipt of buyer's funds in seller's account. So people that have bought and sold real estate in Clark County, they're used to this. And it's not that the money takes forever to get to you. At most, it could take one day. But I have had some clients who are really unhappy about it because they didn't know. And I didn't know to tell them because I didn't know it was different. So we only made that issue once, and title was great to me and moved those funds so fast. And got it over. Like, I think we just jumped the queue and got everything over. But and then I ended up doing 4 more transactions with that family, and that's how we set it up. And transfer of possession was a 2-step process where by default it's 1: close of escrow, transfer of possession. So I think that should answer a great deal of questions, but again, I'm always here to answer more over the phone, text, email. There we go. What happens when you close a transaction?